near Cologne, and I'm invited to the Sony Pro Conference, where we will get to see the new camera from Sony, the A7R4, and so all the lenses are also here, so it will be quite interesting to test them out with rugby players, and yeah, very nice to be invited to be here, and quite interesting. Just got it. It's the Alpha A7R4 and the 200-600 millimeter G lens, so will be quite interesting to test it out now. Configured it quickly because it's a loaner, so let's do some rugby photography and hope the best. The light is very harsh today, it's very bright, and but I think that will not be a problem, and it's very warm, so yeah, I have half an hour with it because they only have 4 cameras here of the new camera. They have a lot of A9s, but I have my own with me, but this one is still rare in Germany, so half an hour, so let's go.
1, 2, clap your hands, run away an elephant!
Hi, I've been invited to the Sony Pro Conference in Cologne yesterday, and I had the opportunity to shoot with the new Sony Alpha A7R4. As they also had all the lenses there, I thought it would be a good thing to make a follow-up to my test of the 200-600 G lens, and so I used that lens on the new body with 60 megapixels to see how it performs on that new body, and I was also able to shoot a few photos with the 400mm 2.8 G master lens and to see a little bit the comparison. I mean, of course, the 400mm lens should and is the better lens quality-wise, but still I think the 200-600 did a very good job. So arriving there, it was very hot, and they only had 4 camera bodies for all the people there, so the time was really limited. I mean, you get the camera and you have about 30 minutes to shoot it, and first of all you check the menus if everything is okay, and then you start shooting. They had several things to shoot. One was a rugby team that was training, and they also had a model in a tent. It was quite complicated light situation because this tent was like reddish and yellow, and the sun was shining very, very strong outside, so you had this yellow light inside, and normally they used a flash inside, but as I had the 200-600 on my body, I photographed from outside the tent into the tent, so I used quite high ISO, like 800. But just to see how the camera performs in conjunction with the 200-600 under these conditions. I will upload some samples, some JPEG samples I developed, and I will upload also some RAW samples, so you may download them and try it for yourself and see how you like the files. Adobe Lightroom, Adobe Camera Raw now supports the new camera, but they say it's a beta version of the support, so I think it might get even better, but already the results are really fantastic. Most of the shots, I'm not a sports photographer, as you know, and so most of the shots I took at 1,000th or 1/2000th of a second, and so the ISO with the 200-600 lens with a aperture of 5.6 or 6.3 was quite high. I think most of the shots are between 400 and 800 ISO, so there is a little bit of grain in it, but fantastic level in my opinion so far what I've seen. And the same with the portrait, as I said, it's like I had to raise ISO to shoot into that tent where the light was not ideal. The new camera, handling, the buttons are much better now. The joystick is much better now. The body is a little bit bigger, so it fits perfectly into my hands. You have a little bit more space for your fingers between the grip and the lens. I really liked it. Then you have this new viewfinder, which is fantastic. I think it's about 5 megapixels. It's clear, it's bright, it's fast. It's really wow. It's wow, yeah. The back screen I think is the same. I miss a little bit. I really hoped for a back screen that you can tilt also in the horizontal direction. So if you photograph landscape format, so you can push it like you have with, for example, the Fujis. But probably we get this with the next generation of cameras. They now have this little focus point, and you can color it red. So no more searching for the focus point if you are photographing landscapes. Fantastic. Very tiny improvement, but it's really welcome on my side because yeah, you see it directly where it is and perfect. AF speed, I had the impression I have the A9 in my hands. It's quite much better than on the A7R3. And tracking seems to be fantastic too. It sticks to the subjects when they move, and yeah, it feels like a little A9 to me. It has not the same burst rate as the A9, and it has not this blackout-free viewfinder. But AF is really, really nice. The short test I could do, I was really impressed with it, I have to say. Writing to the memory cards also seemed to have been speed up. Perhaps also because the second card slot now is a very fast card slot, and you also can operate the camera while it's saving to the cards. Yeah, all in all, I'm very happy with the new camera, and I hope to get my example very soon. I couldn't test the high-res mode because I had no tripod with me, and with the 200-600 it's already hard to handhold it. Watch the files, download them, and I think the 200-600 millimeter lens also makes a real good lens on this high megapixel count body. So I'm quite happy with this result too. Would be great if you push the button to get further videos when I will be doing some. Next videos to come are 2 videos about my tracking in Hardangervidda. And yeah, see you soon. Thanks for watching.